As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking or where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lined in chalk. I really hate the trip.
I reckon what you'd want to know is a story about the Grinch. The Grinch, he's a little green feller. Lived in town with the Who's. Them Who's, they love Christmas. I don't reckon the Grinch, he cared much for it. One year he decided to make a present. He made a present for a girl named Mary Lou. She's a Who. She's pretty and he liked her. I reckon the rest of them Who's in the class, they made fun of him. Made him mad. So he picked up a Christmas tree and threw it through a window. He yelled and screamed, ran up a hill. That hill was called Mount Crumpet. That's where the Who's dumped their trash and whatnot. He disappeared up there for several years. Nobody'd seen or heard from him. He had him a little dog. He was real cruel to that dog. He made it live in the shed. He dug a hole out to sleep in. Well, I reckon one day, Grinch was laying in bed in yonder. He heard some singing. That singing just made him see red. He said, I'll stop him from singing. I reckon he went down there to that town and slunk around. That's what he called it, slunk. Some people called it sneaking. He called it slunking. He went in house to house and saw what them Who's were happy eating. Just made him sick. Well, the Grinch, he slunk around downtown there, and he just kept getting madder and madder. So he went on and went home. While he was up there at the house, he started thinking mean things to do to the Who's. I reckon he come up with a plan where he was going to go down there and steal all their presents and whatnot. So him and the dog made a sled. In the middle of the night, they snuck down there. And they went in a Santa Claus suit and stole all the presents. He stole all their trees and stockings. Stole all their potted meat. I reckon he piled that sled up and took it back up top of Mount Crumpet. The next morning, the Who's woke up. It's Christmas. And they woke up and they say, why'd you steal our presents for? Why'd you steal our presents for? And they was crying. Well, that made the Grinch real happy. He's sitting there thinking to himself how happy he was. When all of a sudden he heard singing. Everybody sounded happy. Well, the reason the Grinch was so mad is because he had a tiny little heart. And I reckon some feller told me that his heart grew quite a few sizes that day. And I reckon he got in his sled, him and his dog. They had a rough ride, but they went down that hill and gave all them presents back. Them Who's put him up on their shoulder and tossed him around and cheered for him. At the meal, they let him carve a turkey. I reckon they called it roast beef, but it looked like a turkey with meat. And they let him carve it. And I reckon he hooked up with that little girl he got mad at through the tree through the window. Mary Lou. I reckon everything was happily ever after. The end.